Well, hello my lovelies, it's Murky Meg here. It's Sunday the 18th of September and today I'm going to be talking about the thing that everybody is talking about at the moment, and that is the issue of Harry and Meghan being, open quotation marks, uninvited, close quotation marks, to the state dinner this evening. Now, there seems to be a humongous amount of misinformation out there with regards to this state dinner that's being hosted this evening by King Charles and the Queen Consort Camilla at Buckingham Palace. World leaders, ambassadors and foreign royals will attend a reception at the palace where they will also be greeted by the Prince and Princess of Wales, the Princess Royal and the Earl and Countess of Wessex. Now, according to the Daily Telegraph, the confusion over Harry and Meghan's invitation points to the issue with communications between the Californian-based couple and the royal family themselves. What you also must remember is that Harry and Meghan are very selective on which press they release their information to. The Daily Telegraph is one of those publications. Now it's them and of course Omid Scobie that are spearheading this narrative that they have been uninvited to this state reception. And even this morning the Telegraph are still running with the fact that they believe that Harry and Meghan received an invitation to the event which has now been recalled, i.e. ceremoniously uninvited. Even the royal reporters on the rota are scratching their heads about whether they have or have not been invited, or whether they were invited and have now been uninvited. According to the Telegraph, they state in their article, it remained unclear on Friday night why they had received an invitation for an occasion that royal aides insisted they were not expected to attend. Sources close to them appeared baffled, while palace aides continued to insist that they were not invited and were not expected to show up. There you go, in black and white. Sources close to them are apparently baffled, while the palace aides continue to insist that they were not invited. Black and white. Aides say that they were not invited. However, Omid Scobie, ever the diplomat, insert sarcasm, said that they were. And this is where the nugget seems to have come from. His own Twitter. He tweeted on Friday at 2:48 that latest on Sunday, King Charles will host world leaders, diplomats and international royals at a historic state reception at Buckingham Palace on the eve of the Queen's funeral. Senior royal family members, including the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, have been invited to join. The word there is senior royal family. Now, I point you back to when Harry and Meghan left in January 2020. And on their mission statement, as you will, it said that they were stepping down as senior royals. It's here in black and white. Senior members of the royal family. Hello magazine, last week, I think it was Wednesday, printed that only working members of the royal family were going to attend this state reception. Where has Omid Scobie got the information that Harry and Meghan were due to attend? They're neither senior royals because they stepped down, and they're no longer working royals because, again, they stepped down. Omid Scobie tweeted the next day at 1:11 yesterday, update. Palace spokesperson has reiterated this morning that Sunday's state reception is for working royals only. No further comment or guidance on why the Sussexes were invited and now seemingly uninvited. The only person that said they were invited is you, Omid Scobie, and whoever you got your information from. I wonder who that could have been. Of course, this has ignited the flames and a fire has erupted on why they have been uninvited when they were invited. They weren't invited. Can I just reiterate that? I do not believe they were invited. And the fact that the media worldwide are now running this, they were invited, but they were uninvited. No, it was only senior royals or working royals in the first place. Whoever made that leap to suggest they were senior royals or working royals needs to be fired. And then, of course, the reports came out that Meghan and Harry, no, it's Harry and Meghan. I really do wish they would put him first in these reports. Found out they'd been uninvited from Buckingham Palace reception by reading the press reports. Well, I thought they didn't read the press about themselves. According to page 6, that reputable news media source, it says that Harry and Meghan actually got the invitation and no one has actually told them that they were uninvited. And that I'm told that they only found out they were uninvited by reading press reports. So one has to really lead with who invited who, did the invite really happen, and who ignited the flames? It leads to one person and one person only. Can you guess who? There's only one person on Twitter that confirmed that they had been invited, and that was Omid Scobie himself. Apparently, sources close to the couple were apparently left baffled by the mix-up, according to the report in the Telegraph, while Palace aides continued to insist that they were not invited. Who could that source close to the couple be? And where does that source get his information? Their information from. Slip of the tongue there. So it seems that we have a complete balls up of miscommunication. Where did this invite originate from? Did it really happen? Some people have suggested that protocols were put in place prior to Harry and Meghan stepping down as senior royals. But surely it would have been updated. These things always have to be updated. And if it wasn't updated, this is why an invite would have automatically happened. And I say that's poppycock. There's only one place this has come from, and the Telegraph, who are also the few publications that Harry and Meghan actually send information to, ran the story as well, although they are saying that Palace aides deny that any invitation was sent out. Let's not forget that Omid Scobie did a massive clang and a humongous error last week when he broke an embargo. That's correct. He broke an embargo about the Prince and Princess of Wales. He broke an embargo that said that the Prince and Princess of Wales will be travelling to Sandringham to view floral tributes by members of the public. This information was strictly embargoed until 1 minute past midnight on Friday the 16th of September. However, Omid Scobie tweeted it at 9 o'clock on the 15th. That is a whole day before. He breached a very strict journalistic standard and broke an embargo and effectively risked the security of the Prince and Princess of Wales. He deleted it, but he still did it. So the question still remains, who do we believe? Do we believe the Palace aides who say they were never invited in the first place, and they have told the Telegraph this, who are still running the fact that they were uninvited, which then led other media reports to jump on this whole uninvited propaganda nonsense? Remember, this is the man who lied in court, who said that Meghan had nothing to do with finding freedom, when in fact she did have everything to do with finding freedom. And in fact, Harry also said we have to be able to deny that we had anything to do with it regarding finding freedom. Social media onslaught has now been targeted to Omid Scobie, and rightfully so, people are calling him out. So much so he was trending yesterday on Twitter, not for the right reasons either. And a lot of people are making the comparison that Omid Scobie is Meghan's mouthpiece and reports everything that she tells him. That is just an allegation, allegedly I should say, but it's well known in every single circle that he is her mouthpiece. But why would they peddle misinformation when Harry and Meghan have been so objective about misinformation themselves? I'd love to know your thoughts on that one. But isn't it funny, the day the news released, which was last week, that even Hello magazine reported that it was for working family members only? Omid Scobie has been asked to provide proof of where this information of invitation has come from, but it's yet been forthcoming. But what has transpired after this suggestion that they were invited and uninvited happened is that the world's media has really caught on and yet again are using it to slam the royal family. But my question remains, as if they are no longer part of the working royal family nor senior members of the royal family, which they effectively stepped down as, why on earth would they be invited to a state banquet for the Queen's funeral where diplomats would be? So I'd love to know your thoughts on this. Do you think an invite was actually sent? Do you think it was just purely an error? Or do you think an invite was never sent? They never received one. And that this was purely an attempt to cause more fuel on the fire of the rift between the Sussexes and the royal family? I would love to know your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and also that like button. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of my followers for all the tips and all the emails, DMs that everybody sends to me. It really is greatly appreciated. So thank you very much for watching once again.